If you have familiarity with business jets, you're probably most familiar with a range of Cessna's corporate business jets, starting all the way in the 70s. This right here is the Cessna Citation II, which was introduced into service in 1977 as a stretched version of the Citation I. It features a supercritical unswept wing design that gives it a max cruise speed of Mach 0.7 or 385 knots. Being a stretched version of the Citation I, it featured a seating capacity of 10 and had a maximum takeoff weight of 6,000 kilograms with a range of 1,100 nautical miles or 2,100 kilometers. The 16-meter unswept wing design had a superior advantage at low speed, allowing the aircraft to stall at only 82 knots, equivalent to just 152 kilometers an hour, with those large inboard flaps. Mounted at the rear are the two Pratt & Whitney JT1 turbofan jet engines that produce 2,500 pounds of thrust each. The JT1 engines had a very impressive airflow mass bypass flow of 70%. Only 30% of the airflow coming from the fan will go through the engine duct. This airflow would pass through a centrifugal compressor and a reverse flow annular combustor. Later models had a booster behind the fan to improve the performance of the engine. And the low T-tail design at the rear has essentially become a Citation trademark. Both the Citation I and II were further developed into a new family of aircraft known as the Cessna Citation M2, featuring the Cessna Citation CJ2, CJ3 and CJ4. The CJ2 and CJ3 are the Citation I and II dimensional equivalents. The Cessna Citation XL is a mid-size business jet that was developed by Cessna from the Citation V. It was introduced in 1994 and featured a glass cockpit. And also it has an unswept supercritical aerofoil, good for a cruise speed of 441 knots. Sitting at the ramp here, this Citation has pitot and engine covers as well as a tow bar attached to a tow truck, a forward baggage compartment. It has max takeoff weight at 9,200 kilograms with two Pratt & Whitney PW545 engines good for 4,000 pounds of thrust each. The fuselage, good for 9 passengers, was borrowed from the Citation X, including the unswept supercritical aerofoil as well. The Citation XL was further developed into the Citation XLS with improvements in performance and size, which was later developed into a completely new fuselage design known as the Citation Latitude, whose stretched version is known as the Citation Longitude. The Citation XL and XLS share their fuselage design with the Citation X, known to be one of the fastest civilian aircraft with a top speed of Mach 0.918. If you fancy pistons in general aviation, then the Beechcraft Bonanza V-tail might just be your choice. Introduced in 1949, it is the longest running production aircraft in the world. Yes, it hasn't been produced in as many numbers as the Cessna 172, the most produced aircraft of all times. The Bonanza is still a widely popular aircraft in general aviation. The Bonanza shares its fuselage design with the Beechcraft Baron, which it was developed into in the 1960s. The main difference being the Baron is twin-engined whilst the Bonanza is single-engined using the Continental IO550. At some point I went nerding around in a 737 cockpit. but I'm just filming throughout.
We use Jefferson.
Oh, you use Jefferson for flight jets. Okay.
But that chart that you had was probably fine.
All right.
What
okay.
company?
I think it was a Navigraph. I just downloaded the website. But I think it was a Jefferson, but it was from Navigraph, the website. Yeah. And what are our minimums today?
501.
All right. So we're of course 242.
Yeah.
So we touched on at 141. 141 knots, heading 242. Yeah, exactly the same with the runway.
Yeah.
Go around altitude 7,000 feet.
That's 3,400.
All right.
Yeah, this is now for the departure.
That's for the
We already
departure.
set up, yeah.
All right. So that's for the meters. So you can have meters indication,
Yes.
and you can have setting of baro reference with 541. Or you do hectopascals or kilopascals. And switch in between.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah, we don't really use the inches.
Yeah,
the meters,
yeah, exactly. I had it's only used in the United
Yeah.
States of America. So how does it feel to fly this bird? Alright, it's absolutely interesting. Then you got your comms and your knobs.
Yep.
Alright, so you set the IS frequency, you have the transponder with the spark, a few extinguishers, APU and engines. Alright, and engine overheat test, is it?
Yeah.
Fire test reach and oxygen bottle store. Alright,
Yeah.
interesting. So approach steps and this is like 15 and then extend.
Yeah, we land.
It's powered by the CFM 56 engines. From the cockpit to a flight simulator. Thus is a Sling 2 flight simulator used for training general aviation pilots before they take their wings to the skies. The Piper Malibu is a luxury-oriented general aviation aircraft for short range. This variant is a piston-engined version of it, although in the 1990s, turboprop versions became available. The turboprops are noticeable with a large side exhaust from the turboprop engine venting out gases, whilst the pistons have two opening inlets right in the front. The M500 and M600 have become quite popular. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. That was brilliant.